Hi, I'm Jason Osborne. I'm in charge of product and inventory here at HITFAR. Been with the company for 4.5 years.
So you want to know who I am? I'm Taylor. I am son of Troy. I have been working at HITFAR a little while. I was going to school and also doing summer jobs, picking orders in the warehouse. Now I am doing some training and online sales.
I'm Spencer Fargy. I'm Troy's second and middle son. I've been with HITFAR for about 1.5 years.
Hi, I'm Luke. Hi, I'm Josh, and both of us are warehouse associates inside the warehouse at HITFAR.
My name is Brian Hurt. I am a HITFAR employee. Been here for just over 4 years and enjoying life. I do a myriad of many things.
Okay, I'm Catherine. I've been with HITFAR for 6 years now. The order picking at the warehouse.
I'm Risa. They call me Risa, but only Kathy knows my real name. I've been working for HITFAR, I think it's a long time. We are still at Maine. Now I am doing e-com and regular picking.
Hi, my name is Denny Timonen. I look after operations and sales at HITFAR. I've been here about 6 years now. I was working for a retail electronics company for about 10 years as a general manager. I came in one day and sat down with Troy probably for a good 2 hours and just talked, and sitting down with Troy was like talking to somebody that I'd known for a long time despite meeting for a couple hours. So
I actually have previous history going back 20 years, so I knew a little bit about HITFAR and where Troy started everything. Behind the scenes, I'm sure it was a lot of late nights and weekends and stuff for the crew here, but because they were a small company, but it was pretty seamless to me, being on the other side of the phone and placing orders. We spent a day on the Fraser River fishing for sturgeon, and I've never done that before. Didn't know they were dinosaurs.
For 30 years, if you work with good people like Troy, yeah, it's the best. It's just like that.
I feel like just the environment's just very laid back and everyone is a lot closer. I feel like everyone gets along really well as well. In comparison to other jobs, I feel like this one's been far better than the other ones. That's why I keep coming back here. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who work at restaurants and they're always complaining about how their fellow co-workers just don't do the job right, or they're not focused. And here it's kind of the complete opposite. Everyone's doing their own thing, and when you ask for help, people help you out.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, we were in a smaller warehouse, and I remember me and my brothers would be running around the warehouse playing hide and seek 2 floors in the rafters, hiding behind the boxes, while Aaron and his crew was skateboarding around the warehouse picking orders. And Renato's sitting in the top level, and we didn't have the same level of computer sophistication as we do right now. And he would, every time there was a set of orders, put it in this little pulley machine, send the orders down and yell, "Orders!" And then it'd be sitting in this little box that the people who were picking the orders have to come by, grab the piece of paper, then put it over their sheet and start picking the orders manually. It's crazy how much things have changed now.
I guess my early views of my dad going to work, I think I was 7 years old, I guess, when it first started. I don't think I really have too much of a memory of that when I was that young. It's just been a crazy growth path, and I've been able to watch my dad at home go through the whole process and the stresses that come with it and the day-to-day side. It's been crazy to watch it grow, I guess. It's just, being here 6 years now, not only do I have a great boss that gives me some flexibility, and got a great friend also that once business is done, then go out and do other things and explore and drink some wine and drink some beer. So spending 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in your second home, realistically. So I couldn't ask for a better place to be. Don't forget about the HITFAR.
So one of our main connections is our dad, who works upstairs. His name is Brian. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. He's kind of like the Michael Scott of the company.
Michael Scott. Boom. Well, it's a running joke actually, but yes, I know a little bit about The Office. I know Steve Carell. I started out prior to HITFAR being on the manufacturing end for, I don't know, a good dozen years or so. And my good buddy Jason Osborne, who's the inventory manager and buyer for HITFAR, threw out a recommendation for me to come here. I started to have conversations with Troy about the opportunity and what it could look like, and we made dreams happen, man.
But that's the type of people you have here, and that's the type of culture Troy's been able to develop with his people. It's a very tight group, and you know, I'm fortunate to be part of it.
I will say that Troy's done a great job bringing a company together that he has. I feel like I'm part of that family and part of that team, and working alongside good peeps. And again, you know, HITFAR being in business for so long, something to be said for that. And it's really because of the individuals that HITFAR's been able to stick around for so long.
I mean, my dad was making cases when he was working for my grandma, so it was probably one of those big leather cell phone cases that he started the business off with. First of all, it's been a really fun experience starting to work for my dad finally and get involved in the family business. Being able to work with my brother on a daily basis, go for lunch with him, talk to my uncle when I need some feedback, and then obviously my mentor is my dad, so that's been pretty amazing. Dad, 30 years, it's pretty amazing. You've built an amazing company. You just look around to all the staff you've grown, the friends you have. I'm proud of you. Good job.
But working in HITFAR, it's fun.
For me, I still have a long way to go, you know, raising a child. But, you know, having a company who supports you with what your family needs, and that one you cannot replace it with some other job. But with HITFAR, no. It's always easy, and that makes us, I think, wanted to stay more with HITFAR.
Troy, congratulations, 30 years. That's a long, long way, and then more power, more years working with you.
To Troy, he's always been great boss, like, and you don't feel scared or uneasy when he's around. With Troy, we wish further more and more years to come for HITFAR. It's a long way that you've been doing this business. We hope to enjoy more of the years that we're working with you. We feel like we're gonna be roasted later.
Don't worry, no roasting, done.
Just baking. Thank you so much.
Troy, I just wanted to wish you the very best on your 30th anniversary for HITFAR. I know I've enjoyed my 4 years here so far. When I first was thinking of coming to work at HITFAR, my wife and I were both working opposite ends away from the house. And our kids being raised by strangers, we never saw them. They were 4 and 6 at the time. And 70 hours a week they spent in daycare, being dropped off early in the morning and picked up in the evening. And I'll never forget one of the early conversations I had with Scott, and this topic came up, and he said to me, well, you can make breakfast and answer the phone at the same time, can't you? And I kind of thought about it. I said, yeah, I suppose I can. Well, problem solved. See, you don't need early morning daycare anymore. And at that point, it kind of dawned on me kind of what HITFAR was about, and the culture you were creating, where you were building an environment where it was possible to be good parents and also to be good employees. And I think that's been, I think, a key ingredient to the success of HITFAR is valuing the employees and ensuring that everybody was thought of equally and had the opportunity to not only thrive at HITFAR, but to be successful outside of HITFAR as parents and as husbands and wives, etc.
Yeah, well, my role was really to be a lot of the time out in the field, and I found with sort of the opportunities that were at play within the HITFAR umbrella, I was needed in the office a lot more than what I think was originally anticipated or even expected. And working alongside Troy and Jason and the rest of the team, it just became sort of an everyday occurrence where I'd come into the office and just hang out here and get work done and interface with the crew and the team. And sort of cool coincidence occurred from all that, where my sons were becoming to the working age and were looking to be employed, and HITFAR had summer job opportunities. Teenagers will forever know that their first job was HITFAR, which is pretty awesome.
He also considers himself a wingman to us.
My boys are very intelligent teenagers, and in a teenager's mind, they're always right, I think. Isn't that sort of the philosophy? So,
and it's basically what he does here, just talks to everyone and then tries to make friends, and it just makes everything awkward for us. I think the goofiest thing he said, and I come into the room here and he's going up the stairs and he calls Ryan here Ryanthonum.
Well, Ryan, that's a great question.
And honestly, I don't know how he could have come up with that nickname.
Well, people of the world, as you know, I'm always enjoying hanging out with y'all and having a few words, and of course, sharing the love in the herd way. A lot of the time it will come across as a group hug.
He's always just trying to make friends, and he really wants everyone to love him.
Who's the best hugger at HITFAR?
Whew. Well, honestly, I don't get too many takers when I ask the question or drop the line in a company meeting. I just sense that sometimes it needs to be said, and if a group hug could be accepted and agreed upon, Troy's usually in there pretty damn good with a group hug. I have to say, he's usually one of the first guys to dive in, so maybe Troy. Yeah.
So maybe Whistlers when the group hug ends up fully happening, right?
That would be great. I just hope there's no tears jerking.
Basically, everyone here is like some of the nicest people you've ever meet, compared to basically anywhere else. At least 90% of the people here will walk by you, say good morning, and have a big smile on their face.
Hey there, this is Lee from HITFAR. I am the Alberta Territory Manager, and I am taking this video from my office, which, as you can see, is my car. It's actually kind of hard to believe that this is HITFAR's 30th anniversary this year, because it really feels like the 25th anniversary celebrations were literally last year. And then there's the fact that Troy and Scott are both serious foodies. They like good food, they like good drinks, and I'm fortunate to share those interests. I will post pictures of our HITFAR dinners on my Instagram, and I have friends who will say, "Where the hell do you work?" I work for a Fortune 500 company, and we're lucky if they buy us donuts. And I really have to congratulate Troy on what he's built, and 30 years in this business is a tremendous milestone, and I think it's phenomenal how well the company has adapted over the years to the ridiculous pace of change. In the 7 years that I've been in here the change has been phenomenal, and I don't doubt that 7 years from now it's going to be even greater. And while my original plan to live fast and die young is taking a lot longer than I thought it would when I was 25, I am confident that HITFAR will still be here 25, 30 years from now.
Hey Troy, how's it going? Sasha here from Quebec. I just want to take a minute here to congratulate you on the last 30 years of growing HITFAR. I'm sure it's been an amazing ride. I've been part of it for 6 years, and I absolutely love it. The one thing I like the most about working at HITFAR are definitely the people. So thanks so much for putting this team together. I look forward to continuing working here, and I wish you the best, and I wish you another 30 years. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Scott Fargy, Director of Sales here at HITFAR Concepts, and a longtime employee. Well, obviously, same last name, so I'm his brother, but I know when I'm hiring people and doing interviews, I make it very clear to people that this is a place that you are going to enjoy. We will not be So if you're doing your job, we will not be riding you. You'll be able to do your job and feel comfortable in the surroundings that you're doing it. So yes, I would agree 100%. Hopefully everybody in the HITFAR company feels like they are part of the family. Yeah, I just, I'm proud of, what you've done over the 30 years, and I'm proud of the opportunities you've given to everybody in this business, including myself. And, the fact that you've put food on many people's tables at home, roofs over many people's heads, and, that's something you should be proud of. And I'm proud of you for what you've done, and I'm proud of the whole HITFAR team, and I want to thank them all for all the time, effort, and commitment they've given to the company over the years.
Happy birthday, HITFAR!